You're loving and listening to the unforgettable 920 KSHO, Lebanon, Albany, Corvallis.
Well, I may remind you before we start tonight, there probably will be some times when I will say, which is our sister station on which we usually do these games. Saturday, I was perfect.
You were.
I did not call it anything else other than the unforgettable 920 KSHO. It is easy to forget, however, if you're used to broadcasting Lebanon games on our sister station. South and the Warriors, before the season started, we were talking, Scott and I, Rob, in one of the pre-games, talking about it's probably the same as it's been for several years. There are some teams that are quite talented. West Albany and Silverton, it was obvious. A little question about Corvallis. They showed great talent against Lebanon a week ago. Crescent Valley, the Warriors played well against them. But again, there would be three teams in the league. There would be Woodburn, Dallas, and South, against which we hope the Warriors would be very competitive. The Dallas game went south, and went south quickly in the second quarter. And really, the Warriors were out of it by the third quarter when Dallas took more than about a 20-point lead. Warriors cut it down a bit by the end. But South, you would think that South tonight would be a game that is competitive. Warriors lost big time to Dallas. They finished in a 15-point deficit that night. South has played Dallas twice, and they've lost to them twice, but only by 2 points. They played very well. They have beaten Woodburn by 5 points. But still, you have the feeling that tonight this is a game, and I think the team realizes as well, and it faces this game with great anticipation. If you're going to get a win, better do it this week with South tonight and Woodburn on Friday at home.
Yeah, and Ray, I believe it begins at the defensive end. At South Albany, the last few years, Nate Neuschwander changed their offensive scheme, if you want to call it a scheme, to up and down 94 feet worth of basketball. And we will even give you a lay-in for us to get the ball back, to go back and score. I remember Drew Henderson a few years ago when they came to Lebanon, the JV team threw up 100 points. In the varsity game, the varsity scored nearly 90. It was just nonstop action. I mean, I'm sure, play-by-play callers like yourself just love that kind of action when it's just back and forth, who has the ball and what. But tonight, the Warriors, I think, have the edge because of their defense, because they can play defense for longer periods of time than South can. South gives up about 64 points a game, one of the worst defensive
Let me ask you, though, do you think they're using a different pattern this year because they're not scoring as much, and they're not 64 points is not what they used to give up.
Right.
They were used to having games in the 80s. Many times they really points for the better teams. But they beat Lebanon here last year 100-82. 82 points for the Warriors, and they lost by 18 and were well out of the game through most of it.
Right. That's probably due to the fact that there was more talent for South. Maybe some better shooting from them, obviously. Still think they do
the up and down
skills. I still think you're going to see that, and but hopefully the Warriors will be ready for that, because that's what Kevin Johnson likes too, and that's what the Warriors have some scorers this year that can combat that offensive scheme of South Albany. But maybe we'll see a more half-court set than normal.
I made the connection with West Albany. It was like watching a hockey game where they changed the lines on the move.
Yes.
You got players coming over the board.
That's right.
That's the way it was last year. In and out, because they do so much running. They use the entire roster, and the substitution will drive you basketball bonkers by the end of the evening.
Every 3 minutes, it's a new team out there, and just play your guts out.
So we'll get ready for that. We're sitting now and resting prior to tonight's game. Warriors and Raiders. Again, the JV team wins 62-59 as they played a good battle in that second half. Took about a 5-point lead close to the end of the game. South had the last possession, but a young man, you felt sorry for him. He went down, was about to shoot, and he just fell flat backwards, slipped, and just lay on the floor with his hands covering his head while the Warriors celebrated a victory by 3 points. The varsity team has left. No, they're still out there as I turn south is up just below me here at the gym. We're up in the balcony area, which is typical for us in most schools. And the Warriors are still on the floor warming up at this point. The crowd looks a little sparse here tonight, but we face this game with great anticipation. We'll see how it turns out. Warriors and Rebels tonight broadcasting on 920 KSHO.
If you'd like to do it yourself or need helpful advice doing it, your neighborhood Ace Hardware and Contractor Center can help. Economy Supply Building Center has been that helpful place for over 58 years. Economy Supply Building Center, where Highway 34 becomes Tangent Street in Lebanon.
Mama's Fine Italian and Wine Shop, offering lunch and dinner, takeout, and catering too. Here's Bob.
Come down and visit us and try some of our hand-tossed pizzas, my friends. That's right, hand-tossed.
Mama's Fine Italian and Wine Shop, in the heart of Lebanon on Oak, between Main and 2nd.
Need some electrical work in your home or business, but it just seems like too small of a job to call the pros? No matter what the job, call City and Suburban Electric. Proud to be a contributing member of our community. City and Suburban Electric. Call 451-5609.
Lassen RV at Albany has the new RV models on the lot now, ready for you to buy. Lassen RV Service Department has a new truckload of parts and accessories on sale just in time for fall fix-up. From changing a light bulb to rebuilding your entire RV. No job is too big or too small for Lassen RV in Albany, where friends send their friends.
920 KSHO.
Welcome back here at South Albany High School. I'm Brady Ray along with Rob Allen. Warriors and Rebels getting ready to do battle. First time this year. Then Friday night we'll be back at the Lebanon High School as Woodburn will visit. South has their lone victory of the year as they defeated Woodburn 65-60. I mentioned they played 2 games against Dallas. One was because it was in a tournament over Christmas, and then the other was the league game, and both times they lost by only 2 points. And Dallas again defeated the Warriors. Are you turning that down while that's not a good thing. It's better to leave it up a little bit. That's better. The Warriors losing by 15 to Dallas, but South stayed within 2 points of them twice. They are 1-3 on this season. Last year here at South beat the Warriors, as we said just before the break, 100-82. That's an unbelievable score. But at Lebanon last year, it was a little bit better. Lebanon won that game, scoring 84 points, but South only 78. The year prior, at Lebanon, South beat Lebanon 94-69. And they won at South 86-75. In the first year for their head coach, Nate Neuschwander, who started in the 2009-2010 school year, South beat Lebanon 83-51, 77-61 in the other game. But since they've gotten that scheme, that run and gun, if you will, they have scored 86, 94, 100, and 78 in the one loss last year. And imagine. I don't think that they have scored that high in their games this year, though, whether they have changed the style or whether it's just the fact that they're not shooting as well.
Yeah, and, one of my best memories, Ray, of doing games on the other station, KGAL, was one of the first times that South Albany and Lebanon met, the first game of the season. You remember this game where Jordan Jansen made a last-second shot, and both teams were looking for their first win in over a season. So the last time, I just remember that. Remember, tonight, coming in, both teams have not won this time in league. So,
well, South has won the one game.
Oh, South, that's
they
beat
right. Woodburn.
They beat Woodburn by 5.
65-60.
Yes,
but so they do have the win.
But I mean, like you said earlier, these teams have a history of. This is one of the rival games I look at on the schedule for the Warriors, other than West Albany. This game right here, they just bring the best out of each other. Usually, they're really highly competitive games, and I'm looking forward to the contest here in about 2 minutes.
We will see how the Warriors fare here tonight. What was very good to see on Saturday is the way that they move the ball quickly from one end of the court to the other, keeping up with Crescent Valley, both teams running. And they faced a press on Saturday, really, for the first time this year. We mentioned, Scott and I, over and over again, that neither team, Lebanon nor their opposition, seemed to like press this year. And most times it would be rather lazy basketball, just bring the ball up unbothered at all across midcourt and then play a half-court game. Both teams seemed settled to do that. However, on Saturday, Crescent Valley changed that tempo, and so did the Warriors. South is a team that, because they like to score so much, they also press in the backcourt. They want to get the ball back quickly. Hopefully, the lesson that the Warriors had on Saturday, battling that pressure against Crescent Valley, and they did it well, except that they had the ball swatted away too many times from behind, as we said, on Saturday. When they got the ball in the front court, they weren't aware of the fact that those people who were pressing in the backcourt were now coming up court and would slap that ball from behind. But all in all, I thought they did a good job against the press on Saturday, and hopefully that will serve them well tonight.
Yeah, and a couple things that you can do, Ray. You can ball fake, when you have a trap coming towards you, or always try to keep the ball in the middle, keep your dribble. Don't give up your dribble. A lot of times, guards will give up their dribble, and that's when they get in trouble. Sometimes they have to call timeout, but you don't want to use all your timeouts in the first 5 or 6 minutes just trying to figure out a press. Hopefully the Warriors can keep from turning the ball over so they can score.
It's nice tonight. It's a small group. It's a small band here at South.
Yeah.
Compared to last week at Corvallis. What a band that was. They have a huge number in that band, sitting right next to that band as we were doing the pregame and the postgame. Wow, it's a little bit different tonight. But it's always nice to be here at South and look across the floor and see what is now becoming a rather aged yet still intriguing banner with the old Southern Colonel atop horse in full gallop and in full charge with the 1850 style mustache, the true rebel flag that hangs here at South Albany High School. We'll take a final timeout. We'll be back. We should be just about at game time when we return tonight. The Rebels and the Warriors on 920 KSHO.
The short drive to Corvallis will save you time and money. This is Steve Buckner from Wilson Motors, inviting you to experience the notable difference at Wilson Motors, 5th and Buchanan in Corvallis. Check us out at saveatwilson.com.
Good, tasty food. That's why Bing's Kitchen has been a lunch and dinner favorite for over 40 years. Choose Chinese or American meals that can satisfy the entire family or a gathering of up to 40 people on the South Sanium Highway in Lebanon. Choose Bing's Kitchen, where the food simply tastes best.
Edward Jones specializes in helping individual investors achieve their personal investment goals. Hello, this is Doug Phillips, your Lebanon Edward Jones financial advisor. Please call me to set up an appointment so I can assist you in selecting investments and services that help meet your goals. Call me at 541-451-4000. Member SIPC.
Need tires? Hi, this is Don from Conegat Tire Factory. From lawnmowers to tractors, cars, and trucks, we have what you need. And Conegat Tire's ASE certified mechanics can help you with your brakes, shocks, struts, alignment, oil changes, and stuff you won't believe. Even propane for your barbecue and RV. Conegat Tire Factory, still at the Y in Lebanon.
920 KSHO.
We have our national anthem this evening. I hope that you can hear this all right. I'll take my headset off and see if we can catch the South Albany band playing our national anthem. I hope that was sufficient. Apparently we don't use the beloved outside microphone on Skippy. Just about ready to begin tonight here as we are on the side of the court where the players sit. And Lebanon will be just below us here as we are near the entrance of the gymnasium here at South. If you're familiar with it, the far end, we see South in their red and white uniforms. The Warriors will be in their road blue tonight with the red striping. Just about ready to get the announcement of players. I am surprised. I would think that this would be a game of interest, but the crowd here is rather sparse tonight. So I would think if the Lebanon parents have shown up in good number, they should be about as many as the South people here this evening.
Well, and obviously the weather is better for traveling.
Sure.
Certainly be a game of interest, like you said. Here's the Warriors starting lineup.
The far side for the students is really almost empty, Rob. I mean, there's just a few rows, and those rows are not filled. I'm rather surprised. For the Warriors, Josh Alley greets C.J. Harkis as he is introduced. Kendall Leopard. And I must have missed a group. Isaac Johnson, Jake McConnell, and Tim Maddox among the starting Warriors as they announce the Rebels tonight. South Albany Rebels, we'll see if they run and gun as they have done the last few years. It's been interesting. Shane Brown, 5'9" senior guard. Tanner Tibbett, who often is among the higher scorers for the team. Tanner Tibbett is a 6' senior. Jacoby Smith, 6'1" senior. Riley Havin wears number 22. He's a 6'2" senior, all seniors so far. And David Waters, who is a junior, 6-foot junior. It's rather interesting. 4 of the 5 starters then are seniors, so they would be the ones that probably saw some good action last year when they put up 100 points against Lebanon at Lebanon.
Yeah, this is going to be exciting, Ray, and I'm looking forward to my busy left hand keeping track of the scoring tonight.
Actually, I should say the 100 at South, 78 at Lebanon. Lebanon winning at home, South winning here. All right, there's the tip, and they're off and running as the tip goes into backcourt, goes out of bounds, and slows things down immediately. I hope that happens frequently tonight. But the ball will belong to the Warriors. The Warriors on the south side of the court. That will be the far end of the gym from us as we're up here in the balcony area at South Albany High School. Jake McConnell to Isaac Johnson playing right out the top. McConnell on the left wing, down low to Kendall Leopard. Back to Jake. C.J. Hargis now playing out top. Jake McConnell thought about the three for a moment. Hargis with the ball just outside of the Rebel logo in the middle of the floor. The big red logo with the white lettering. Stolen away by South. Here they come on the run. They like to run. Tanner Tibbett to the basket, up and in. A good move. Jacoby Smith with the assist. Tanner Tibbett with the basket on a steal. And they will run. When they steal that ball, they're off and running. So 2-0 South. Warriors with the ball. Bounce pass, entry pass, knocked away. And now the South throws it out of bounds trying to get that fast break, and the Warriors get it back. Oh, no, I'm wrong. It was last touched by Lebanon on that cross-court pass, so Lebanon tried for the steal, knocked it out of bounds, and South will keep possession. Boy, you hate to see that immediately. The first entry pass simply knocked away. They weren't moving as well as they did against Crescent Valley.
Yeah, 2 quick turnovers. Kendall Leopard out, Ian Smith in. Quick substitution.
Tibbett starts a drive against Isaac Johnson. Looks for the shot. Johnson does a good job of defense. Riley Havin playing out top, guarded by Maddox. The ball knocked away by Ian Smith. Ian Smith with the steal. Smith all the way down court, wants to take the shot, and he will be called for the charge. As South got position, Ian was hoping that he was going to be able to dish the ball, but there was nobody behind him, and so he had to keep moving and committed the charge.
Another turnover, 3rd turnover for the Warriors, so not a great start here, but down only 2.
And that's 3 for 3, 3 possessions and 3 turnovers as South brings the ball up court. Shane Brown into Riley, starts a drive to the basket, puts it up and misses the layup. And we will have our first foul for the night as a shove from behind, and Riley Havlin will go to the line for 2, 6'2" senior. Oh, that's the second foul of the night. That one on Ian Smith, and that's his second. I didn't catch that first foul.
I did not either, Ray, but it's nice to see on the scoreboard. Remember, Saturday afternoon, we were not able to see who the foul and who the player was. But
I did not see the official take the time to point early in the game. But couldn't have junked before the game. There would have been a technical. We saw that a couple of weeks ago. Shot no good. Both shots missed. David Waters gets the rebound. Shane Brown will try for the first 3 of the night. No good. Waters with the rebound. Out jump Leopard. Into the corner for Tibbett. Fakes his man into the air. Takes the shot for 3 and hits. Nice job by Tanner Tibbett to fake the defender into the air and then take one dribble to his left and hit the 3. 5-0 South. 6:22 remaining first quarter. McConnell double team. Back to C.J. Hargis in the middle of the floor. C.J. Isaac Johnson. Johnson back to Hargis. Almost threw it away. Hargis corrals it to Jake McConnell on the left side. Back to Hargis. And they will play slow basketball, trying to slow things down against that pace that the South likes to keep. Pass underneath was knocked away. Leopard got it, went to the basket. Shot no good. The rebound comes down. It'll be a possession arrow as Tim Maddox had a hand on it for Lebanon. But it's a possession arrow. It belongs to South. So South comes back. 4 possessions, no baskets, but not a turnover that time. Simply the possession arrow. South with the ball. Havlin. Outside, slipping and falling. Smith's shot for 2 is no good. And the rebound comes to Jake McConnell. Fast break down to Tim Maddox. Maddox to the basket. Put the shot up. Another charge. Turned around. Riley Havlin was standing there, and there wasn't much Maddox could do other than to knock him over, and he did. Second charge, 4th turnover in 5 possessions. For the Warriors, still no points. 5:39 remaining and 5-0 South. but a little bit slow for South so far. They are running, but the Warriors are taking more time on offense, but it's not doing them any good.
And the Warriors are playing man-to-man defense. Down the other end, South playing on his own.
Havlin has the ball knocked away from Tyler Romeo, who's in the game, and now they get it back underneath to Smith, who puts up a shot, no good. The rebound to Lebanon. They want to run. Here comes Isaac Johnson to the basket, puts the shot put in. Nice job. Isaac avoided the defender that time, did commit a charge. Warriors have done it twice. Went around his defender to the basket and gets the first point for the Warriors. 5 to South. Here's Havlin in the corner for Shane Brown for 3. Bingo. 8 to 2. Hargis at the other end for Isaac Johnson, playing on the right wing underneath, down low to Leopard. Leopard wants to drive along the baseline. Instead has it knocked away by Waters into the hands of Tibbett, and Tibbett will run. Tibbett in the corner for Brown. Wants for 3. Look out. Holy, jumping up and down Martha. 11 to 2. Warriors with the ball. McConnell for Romeo. Tyler Romeo gets the break to the basket, puts it up and in. Not a sweet-looking shot. Looked a little bit awkward on that hook, but got it off the glass and in. 11-4. Here's Havlin. Havlin driving to the basket, puts up a layup, no good. Rebound to C.J. Hargis. He wants to run to McConnell. McConnell drives, puts up a shot, no good. Avoided a charge. A nice job on his part, but couldn't get the floater. Johnson with the rebound. Shot no good. Rebound battled for.
I believe there's going to be a foul here against the Rebels.
And they will call a push. I thought maybe Isaac Johnson had committed an over-the-back push, but let's see if he picks up the foul. Riley Havlin does in a battle for the basketball. First foul for them. The Warriors have 3 team fouls. So the Warriors retain possession almost the midway point of the first quarter, 11-4 South. Bounce pass into Romeo. Romeo back to Hargis. Outside for Johnson, who will try for 3. They need it. They don't get it. In and out, no good. And the rebound comes to Caleb Morgan. Morgan up court. He may try to go all the way. Instead, he dishes it in the corner for Tibbett. Put outside for Smith. He'll drive to the basket. Blocked by Tyler Romeo. Outside, a 3-point shot by Shane Brown is no good, and C.J. Hargis gets the rebound. Tyler Romeo for Johnson almost lost the ball. Gets it back now. Cross court for Jake McConnell. Open for a split second. Does not take the shot. Instead, goes back to Johnson, who is open. Instead, moves inside the arc. Shoots it up and in. He wanted a shorter shot, and he got it. Instead of taking the 3, moved inside the circle, banged it off the glass and in. 11-6. Here's Romeo, or not Romeo, but Smith for 3, no good. Kendall Leopard gets the rebound. Jacoby Smith misses the 3, and the Warriors have a chance to draw closer here. 11-6. Isaac Johnson starts a drive and knocks his man down, no charge. The rebound of no good shot comes off the Leopard. Leopard can't get it. His shot is no good, and the rebound goes to South. Quickly up court, of course. What else? Caleb Morgan all the way to the basket, puts it up and in. 13-6. Nice drive by Caleb. Warriors at the other end. Isaac Johnson pulls up on the dribble across from McConnell. He'll shoot a 3. No good. And the rebound comes to Tanner Tibbett. To Brown. Shane Brown. He'll try to take it all the way. Instead, dishes it to Havlin. Havlin underneath, puts it up and in. 15-6. And the Warriors bring it down to the other end. 2:36 remaining in the first quarter, and South looking sharp so far, up by 9. McConnell starts to drive. Dishes it to Leopard. Leopard underneath, just outside the basket. Shot blocked by Riley Havlin. Brown to Havlin. Up and in. Basket. 17-6. Boy, they're doing a nice job in their assists. And the Warriors will call a timeout. A little bit surprised that timeout did not come sooner. It'll be a 30-second timeout. 2:15 remaining in the first quarter. 17-6. South on top. A reminder from Little Caesars Pizza. After the game tonight, why not stop by, grab a ready $5 pizza at Little Caesars. You're listening on your car drive-in right now. Near the River Center, the new and only Little Caesars in Lebanon. Also a reminder from Mega Foods. For over 50 years, Mega Foods offers best quality and taste you will find. Most of the supermarket, also a good neighbor, Mega Foods in Lebanon. Of course, you'll also find them in Albany. You'll find a 9:20 KSHO tonight because the Ducks are playing basketball, trying to remain undefeated against Washington State over on KGAL. We are here in South Albany. Rob Allen, I'm Radio Ray. 17-6 South Yeah.
The Warriors need to take care of the basketball, and then when they do that, get a really quality shot, Ray, and hopefully shoot a higher percentage. That'll at least help the transition game, because every time the Warriors shoot and miss, South is looking to run every single time.
Warriors try to get a pass in the lane to Tim Maddox. It's knocked away, but South commits the foul. And the foul will be on Tyler Griffith, his first, and that's the second team foul for South, 3 for the Warriors. Josh Alley in the ball game for the Warriors. Jake McConnell playing out top, tries to dish it underneath to Leopard. Leopard turns, puts a shot up, hits the bottom of the basket, got too far underneath. Rebound comes to South. Shane Morgan. Morgan tries to dish it underneath, and it's off the hands. This time, didn't work. Ross Downer in the ball game. Passed maybe a little bit too hard. He was there. He was open underneath. Off his hands, out of bounds. Warriors with the ball, down 11. Jake McConnell to Leopard. Leopard again tries to get the ball up. Shot no good. Rebound by Maddox, who puts it back up and in. Maddox had a good look at the basket. Double teaming Leopard under there. He's had a tough time getting a shot off under the basket. From Team 8, South with the ball. Tanner Tibbett starts to drive. Does get it down low to Downer. Downer misses the layup. No good, and Isaac Johnson gets the rebound. Quick pass down court to Alley, and off his hands and out of bounds. Nice pass by Isaac. But as Josh Alley turned to get it, as he reached up for it, lost the handle. And South at the far end of the floor will inbound with 1:27 remaining in the first quarter. Their lead is 9, 17-8. And now, what is this? Why are they taking their time?
This is a half court.
Coming up court.
Offensive set here. Travel.
They bring the court ball up court slowly, and traveling on that is Tyler Griffith. And that'll be a turnover to the Warriors. The Warriors a chance. Down there, as I look out the hallway, it's always strange that concession stand. You think it looks different here at South, doesn't it?
It is.
It's smaller, and you see that popcorn machine right through the doorway here.
It smells great.
It does smell good. Here's C.J. Hargis with the ball. C.J. on the dribble and no pressure. Passes to Colson Shanks in the ball game for the Warriors. Isaac Johnson. It also Tim Maddox, Josh Alley. Hargis now on the left side of the floor. Alley on the left wing. Down low to Johnson. Johnson may have traveled, gets to the basket too far, was actually under, hit the bottom of the basket, came back down. Maddox battles for it, and we will have a foul on South. Oh, and they will say that was on the shot.
Wow, I can't believe that. It looked like he didn't even get the shot off.
Tim Maddox will get 2. Yeah, I am surprised too, Rob.
We'll take it, though.
And the foul on Tanner Tibbett, his initial foul of the night, is Tim Maddox sets and hits. 9 Warriors within 8. One of the things is that you can have many times a good run against South if they start missing those outside shots. They like to run and shoot. They will have dry times. Both free throws are good. Boy, the Warriors needed that. Tim Maddox hits 2, 17-10. Tyler Griffith drives by Maddox to the basket, puts his shot up. They miss the layup, but they get the rebound. With the rebound, Ross Downer outside to Griffith. Griffith. Shot is up and in by Caleb Morgan. Nice little jumper just inside the arc. 19-10. 27 seconds remaining. Warriors could make it a final possession of the first quarter if they wish. Here's Josh Alley on the right wing. Cross court for Shanks. Thought about the 3. Gives it to Johnson. Johnson drives the baseline.
3-second violation.
Who was in the key?
Tim Maddox. Pitching a tent. Have you ever heard that?
Yeah.
Pitching a tent in the key.
Yes, indeed.
Camping in the key.
Yeah. 19-10. South will try to add their lead. They will get a final shot here. Maybe not. Stolen away. Josh Alley, length of the court, puts it up. Oh, missed the layup, and the rebound comes to South. Caleb Morgan with it. Morgan to Tibbett. He will try a final shot, and it's off the glass. No good. Oh, Josh Alley had that ball on a breakaway and could not get the layup. South got the final shot, and Tibbett came close to making it a 3, but did not hit. So here's the way it stands after 1 tonight from South Albany High School. The Rebels 19, the Warriors 10. Basketball continues this evening on 920 KSHO.
You'll always get your money's worth where the food is fresh and original at Ixtapa Family Mexican Restaurant in Lebanon. Roberto and his staff will provide a fun and affordable dining experience. So visit Ixtapa on the corner of Highway 20 and Wheeler Street, where parking is convenient and the atmosphere is sweet.
At Walmart, you'll find lower prices always. That's their pledge to you. And now with the Walmart Superstore, that means you'll find lower prices on just about anything that might possibly be on your shopping list. Walmart, bringing you what you want. Lower prices.
We're Linco Federal Credit Union. Keep your money in Linn County with Linco Federal Credit Union. Enjoy a visit with one of our friendly staff at a neighborhood branch near you today. Linco Federal Credit Union in Albany, Lebanon, and Sweet Home. In Linn, you're in.
Family owned and operated since 1979, Crabtree Auto stresses the small stuff when it comes to maintaining your vehicle. An oil change every 3,000 miles is a small thing now, but adds up to big rewards down the road. Crabtree Auto on Hill Street, just south of 9th in Albany.
KSHO.
Well, the Warriors missed their first shot of the half. Then South got the ball and putting it up and in. David Waters, an easy layup as they found him open under the basket. And South hits the first shot of the second quarter and extends their lead to a lead at one point in the first quarter. Matches their biggest lead of the night. C.J. Hargis for three off the iron, up in the air, no good. Waters with the rebound. Waters. Riley Havlin starts a drive as nobody picks him up all the way to the basket. Isaac Johnson was looking the other way, and Havlin was a little bit surprised that nobody picked him up, so he drove all the way to the basket and hit it. Warriors with a shot by Colson Shanks answer at the other end. A short shot along the baseline about 5 feet away from the basket, 23-12. Havlin cut off at the baseline, feeds down the middle to a Shane Brown. Brown probably traveled, no call, but he missed the layup. McConnell goes the other way. He'll try to drive to the basket. He puts a layup up, no good. Tanner Tibbett with the rebound, and they're up and running, and the ball goes into Riley Havlin, who missed the layup. David Waters with the rebound, and he puts it up and in, 25-12.
Wow. What a sequence.
C.J. Hargis, you gotta laugh, you know, it's amazing. It's
love it.
It's up and down. Here's Shanks, thought about the three, fakes his man into the air, now takes a two-point shot, just inside the arc, no good. Rebound to Havlin. Havlin, dangerous pass. That's controlled by Shane Brown. Underneath Waters. Brown to Tibbett to Waters. Boy, they moved that quickly before you could say all those players were involved. And Waters hit the shot. Beautiful movement. Ball movement. 27-12. 15-point lead. 30-second timeout. 6:07 remaining in the second quarter. We'll take this time out on 920 KSHO.
Has your stove lost its heat? Is your fridge or freezer no longer cold? Does your washer leave soap in your clothes, or has your dryer stopped tumbling? Then who are you going to call? Like New Appliance at 259-1131, of course. Like New Appliance, where every appliance shines like new.
Lynn Lanes in Lebanon, home of the best burger in town.
Good family fun. Bowling.
Open every day and until 1 a.m. on Friday and Saturday nights. Ballistic bowling starts at 10 on Saturday nights.
Stop by Lynn Lanes in Lebanon.
920 KSHO.
Welcome back to South Albany High School. Thank you for joining us tonight, 920 KSHO, because the other channel is busy with some basketball there. Friday night we'll be back on KGAL, 7 o'clock. For the Woodburn matchup from Lebanon High School. Warriors with the ball. 5:50 remaining second quarter. They're down by 15. Biggest lead of the game for South. Went on a big run here. And a travel committed by the Warriors. Chad Nissen in the game. Chad Nissen, Tyler Romeo, Kendall Leopard, Ian Smith, and Josh Alley. That's a different lineup. Apparently, Evan Johnson in his third year trying to shake things up a little bit as the Warriors have fallen behind by 15. And now a turnover by South.
Yeah, I think they might get the big fella, number 41, David Waters, with a illegal screen, moving screen.
It is David, his first and the fourth team foul. Amazing with as quickly as they play. Many times you get a lot of fouls in these games between these two teams. 5:42 remaining in the second. 4 fouls for South, 3 for the Warriors. That's nothing. Kendall Leopard, left side of the floor, down low. Dish it back out top, and dishes it to Josh Alley. It's hard to tell. It's like the what is it, PK?
Matthew Knight Arena.
When they used to have that tree and you couldn't see midcourt.
Yes.
The Rebel logo at mid-floor where the red paint is, you can't see really where the middle of the floor is, and Josh Alley stepped across that midline, turnover to South. South with the ball, and they turn it over, trying to hit a pass to David Waters, but ball last touched by the Warriors? I guess so.
I didn't think so. That looked like it was clearly off South Albany.
Looked like David.
Yeah, it's right down up at our end here.
Yeah. And we're up high. We've got a sky view look at it. South inbounds it. They almost lose it, but they get it to Tyler Griffith. And now Griffith is fouled by Tyler Romeo. That will be the 4th foul for the Warriors. Tyler tried to knock that pass away, but got a bit of Tyler Griffith of the Rebels. His first foul for Tyler, 4th team foul. We're even at 4 fouls apiece, 5:22 remaining second quarter. South lead 15, 27-12. Here's Riley Havlin on the inbounds pass. Wants to drive against his man Alley. Dishes it off to Waters. Waters goes outside to Griffith for 3, and he hits it. 30-12. Wow. They're hitting those shots. And the Warriors are not getting up good shots. Here's Ian Smith near the free throw line. Bounce pass to Chad Nissen. He starts a drive over 2 defenders, puts a shot up and gets the ball to drop. Got the nice roll off the iron. And over 2 defenders. Tough shot. He made it. South with the ball. Long shot for 3, and that's Chad Birch. Cade Birch. He hits it in the ballgame. Everybody's hitting the threes. 33-14. The Warriors get a 2. South comes back and answers with 3, and they extend the lead to their biggest 19. Here's Tyler Romeo on a pass from Leopard. Down low. Too low, but he's fouled by David Waters. He was right along the baseline. Never would have gotten a good shot off. He was too far into the basket, but Waters fouled him. 5th foul, 2nd on David. David Waters picks up his 2nd foul, and Tyler Romeo, who I don't think possibly could have hit that shot, will get 2. It's like Tim Maddox earlier.
It's just hard to believe, Ray. At the 3 or 4 minute mark, it was a 5-point game, and now almost halfway through the second quarter, Warriors are down 19 points already. Need to hit their free throws.
First shot by Tyler Romeo was off the iron, no good. He will try a second and hits. 33-15. South with the ball. They bring it up court. Caleb Morgan all the way. Blocked by, I believe, Kendall Leppard, but they got the rebound. I didn't see who put that in.
Boy, that looked like 25 to me. I'm going to give it to Tyler Griffith.
Tyler Griffith. They got fortunate as the shot was blocked. It went to Griffith, who put it up and in. At the other end, again, double-teamed. Ian Smith. He misses the shot. South is doing a great job. When anybody gets under the basket, they're double-teaming them, and the Warriors are having a tough time getting off good shots underneath. South, on the other hand, they're doing it. Here's Griffith for 3 from the outside. Oh, my aching basketball back.
6 3-pointer for South in the first half.
38-15 as Griffith hits the 3. Chad Nissen bounce pass to Leopard. Leopard with 1 foot in the line. Back to Nissen. Right wing for Alley for 3. Yeah. Josh Alley. Yeah, take that. 38-18. Josh Alley hits the 3. Now Tibbett with the drive to the basket, and he gets fouled from behind. Not sure if Ian Smith or Kendall Leppard. I believe those are the 2. I would choose one of those as the guilty party. It'll be Kendall.
Ray, this is the South Albany. This is their style of basketball. It's almost like they're daring the Warriors every possession to shoot a 3-pointer, and then coming down and getting whatever shot they want down at their end.
Tanner Tibbett misses a free throw, and the lead is still 20 at 38-18. Enjoy your favorite delectable candies from Victorian Chocolate Company. Up at the Bright Purple Building near Walls Market. Ordered mine, Victorian Chocolate. Got it. Not that far from Valentine's Day. We're on Victorian-chocolate.com. Long pass down court to Tim Maddox, who missed the layup. Now he was open. Boy, you hate to see that in a game like this. Quick break. Great rebound comes out. He's upwards in the front court. Instead, he turned it over as he palmed the ball. He was fouled as he tried to go between 2 defenders, but before that, he had carried the ball. They're doing a good job of double teaming, and the Warriors can't find the open man. I mean, they're double teaming underneath, too. There's always somebody open, but the Warriors have not found that open man. They're playing good defense, and boy, they are terrific on offense. Here's a shot for 3 by Shane Brown. No good. Tyler Romeo backs Havlin. Instead, the pass is knocked away by Smith, Jacoby Smith. Shane Brown, cross court for Tibbett. Tibbett fakes Josh Alley, moves inside, puts up a short jumper, no good. Comes right into the hands of Tyler Romeo. Romeo, bounce pass, nice pass to Alley, puts it up and in. Good job, nice pass by Tyler Romeo to draw a defender to him. so he couldn't get back to Alley, who put it up and in, 39-20. South with the ball. Shot for three, no good. Rebound tipped into the hands of Riley Havlin by Tibbett. He missed the shot, and the rebound comes to Josh Alley. Through traffic, gets to Leopard. Leopard will like to drive to the basket, puts it up and in. A little bump there with Caleb Morgan, but foul called on neither. And Leopard got the basket, 39-22. South the other way, Tibbett. Tibbett outside for Smith. Jacoby Smith starts to drive to the basket, puts it up and fake Leopard beautifully. And got by Kendall Leopard, drove to the basket, looked like he was going to try for a dunk. A shot for three by Josh Alley, won't stay in and out, no good. But Maddox gets the rebound, throws it away out of bounds, and it will belong to South. Nice job of getting a rebound by Tim, but then tried to find Tyler Romeo on the left wing, but threw it way out of his reach. Ball out of bounds, 41-22 South, 1:49 remaining in the second quarter. As South slowly brings it up court, no pressure from the Warriors in backcourt. Jacoby Smith guarded by Kendall Leopard, far side of the floor from us, and Smith falls, but they will call a foul on Kendall Leopard. He will pick up his second 16th foul for the Warriors.
Boy, with all those earlier fouls, Ray, you think that one of these teams would be shooting by now for the bonus, but the fouls have definitely slowed down.
Tanner Tibbett will inbound, far side of the floor from us. We're up here in the balcony area at South Albany High School tonight. Thank you for joining us, the 920 KSHO. Jacoby Smith to Tibbett. Tibbett does a good job of faking Alley. Gets an open shot for three that won't go. Hung on the iron, finally dropped down. Rebound Smith to Johnson. Isaac Johnson. No look pass to Josh Alley, who puts it up and in. Isaac looked to the right, knew that Alley was open on the left side of the basket. Perfect pass, and Alley finishes at 41-24. South, again, just below us. They try to go in. Johnson knocks it away on the floor. Good hustle by Isaac Johnson as South tried to go inside, and the possession area will belong to the Warriors as he tied up on the floor Jacoby Smith. The Warriors will have it.
They actually gave a foul there on a reach in by Jacoby Smith. Yes, 32.
Again, I did not see the official come to the table, but it's on Jacoby, his first, and now we're even at 6 on the fouls. I'm surprised either one of them got a foul, and they call Isaac for the travel. Isaac Johnson, turnover by the Warriors. I'm surprised on that give and take. Anybody got a foul with the ball on the floor.
Yeah, nobody had possession, so both players were going for the basketball. The unfortunate turnover for the Warriors.
41-24, 1 minute remaining before the half tonight. First half here at South. South with the ball. They kick it in the corner for Ross Browner, guarded by Maddox. He starts a drive, wants to put up a shot. Nice job of getting a shot up, but it wouldn't go. Off the glass to the Warriors. Smith to Hargis to Alley. Alley drives in, blocked by Riley Havlin, out of bounds. Warriors will retain. Some of their South players can get up there.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. They have some good athletes out there with Riley Havlin, also Ross Downer in the game.
Josh Alley will come out. Colson Shanks will be in. C.J. Hargis, Jake McConnell, Colson Shanks, Tim Maddox, and Ian Smith for the Warriors. Shanks in the corner. Back outside to Hargis. 38 seconds, first half. Shanks tried to go underneath. It is knocked away, but Maddox gets it. Maddox dishes it to Colson. Back on the right wing, outside for C.J. C.J. with a left hand starts a dribble. Now dishes it. Ian Smith turns, wants to put up a shot, puts it up and in. Again, two defenders there, but that time neither one of them went up with Ian, who did a nice job on the jump shot of finishing 41-26. The shot at the other end by Riley Havlin is good, and a foul will go to Ian Smith. Havlin, they got it underneath again. They do a good job of finding an open man and finishing far more shots than the Warriors are.
That's Ian's third personal. The man usually sees quite a bit of playing time on the junior varsity as a sophomore.
He had
come out of the game.
He had 2 in about the first couple of minutes. We both missed the initial call. Never saw a call on the official indicator foul. And now picks up his third and will sit for the remainder of this half. Shot no good. So can't finish the 3-point possession, but it's 43-26, 8 seconds left. Warriors try to get one more shot. The Maddox short shot, no good. Rebound comes to South. They will not get a shot off before the half. And the half will end South playing a very effective first half. Good job of defending, particularly every time the Warriors try to get the ball down low. It seems like there are two defenders guarding the shooter. On the other hand, South is moving the ball quickly and efficiently and getting open shots and then forcing the Warriors to come out and guard them because they're hitting three-point shot after three-point shot, and it shows in the lead at the half, 43-26. Rebels lead it. Basketball will continue tonight on 920 KSHO.
You will come out a winner at Power Honda. Their talented staff will show you how easy it is to get the vehicle you want and the payment you need. Check out mypowerhonda.com. Call 928-0122 or just go in to Power Honda, Highway 20 east of I-5 in Albany, your Honda Superstore.
Making life easier and more productive, that's what Lynn Benton Tractor can do for you. And it all begins by discovering how the full line of Kubota equipment can help.
Benton Tractor, we're still doing business the American way.
Highway 99E, Tangent.
Taking a detour down a gravel road isn't fun for you or your tires. Luckily at Les Schwab, along with great prices, all of our car or pickup tires come with the kind of protection most other places don't give you, like free flat repairs and more. Les Schwab, doing the right thing since 1952.
Albany Burgerville is now featuring the Ham Havarti Sandwich, all natural Diamond Ranch ham layered with melted Havarti cheese on a toasted hoagie roll and the chocolate hazelnut milkshake. Pick up an Albany Burgerville rewards card now. Cash for every dollar spent. Albany Burgerville, fresh, local, sustainable.
920 KSHO.
Well, I feel upset. Also, I feel a little embarrassed. I'm Radio Ray. It's Rob Allen here tonight at South Albany High School. When the conference season started, Scott Landgren and I doing the play-by-play, and Dallas came to Lebanon, we said there were three teams in the league. When those teams were played by the Warriors, they would be evenings in which we anticipated a good, tight contest and maybe a Warrior victory. But you had to be scared by games like Silverton and West Albany. But when they played South, Dallas, and Woodburn, they should be very good contests, very close, very competitive. Dallas and the Warriors were competitive in the first quarter, but not after halftime with a 15-point lead, and Warriors, I believe, lost by 15. And tonight I said the same thing about South. This should be a competitive game. One that the Warriors maybe would be anticipating in the locker room that they could stay close and get a victory. I'm sure it's a game in which they feel that. And what happens, we find them down by 43-26, down by 17 at the half. And South shooting far better than the Warriors. They're hitting three-point shots. The ball movement has been terrific for South. They've been moving the ball underneath. They've been finding the open man. Excellent job with the assists and the finishing. The same things that we said the Warriors were doing well the other night. South is duplicating it now, and as a result, they have a 17-point lead at the half.
Yeah, and South, you know, make no mistake about it, Ray, when you see them set up an offense, it very much looks like a kind of Loyola Marymount. Just every shooter finds their favorite spot on the floor, and Tanner Tibbett seems to be, him and Shane Brown seem to be the two players that like to drive to the basket and kick. So it's just a drive and kick. And they throw in a tall 6'4", 6'5" guy every once in a while for the rebounding. But very impressed with their ball movement. There's not a lot of player movement. It's just the Warriors come and double team, and it's just really good ball movement and good shooting.
You know, every time they get the ball on a pass, they move instantly. I mean, nobody stands and passes. Everybody moves. And time after time, we've seen tonight the head feint. Catch the ball, head feint, and drive to the basket. Has worked over and over again.
Yeah, you're right. There has been times that the Warriors need to keep their feet on the ground. In fact, you don't want to dare these shooters because they've made 6 three-pointers. We saw a three-point shootout Saturday afternoon, but so far the Rebels are taking advantage of their player movement and their ball movement. And the Warriors down at the other end, they're definitely playing into the hands of South Albany. South has been playing a trapping style of zone, if you will, and daring the Warriors to shoot the three. And the Warriors are not doing a very good job of rebounding. It's one and done most of the time.
The Warriors earlier in the game, I know their first 5 possessions, they did not get a basket. I believe on the 6th they did, but 4 of the first 5 ended in a turnover. The other one, ball on the floor when the Warriors lost the handle, contested, and possession arrow went to South. So their first 5 times they didn't score. Early in the game, every time they tried to get that ball down low, it was knocked away. Later, they had more success on getting the ball inside. But South every time was able to drop a defender and almost everybody underneath, whether it was Ian Smith Tim Maddox several times, Kendall Leopard. They were double teamed, and as they tried to shoot, instead of being able to Ian Smith elevates nicely. He did a couple of times. But if they don't get up and really jump and get off their feet with a jump shot, South is blocking shot after shot, or at least making it tough. If they don't get a hand on the ball, they're making it tough with double teaming.
Yeah, very active hands too. They have a couple of guys that have come in the game that are 6'4", 6'5", and not super athletic, but definitely lengthier and taller than most of the Warriors that are there, with the exception of Ian Smith. Unfortunately, Smith has 3 fouls and is not going to see very much playing time here in the beginning of the second half. So the Warriors are going to have to obviously shoot better, and they're going to have to come back down here and totally try to shut down the South Albany offense, which right now is highly confident with their shooting ability.
The one thing to be said, and we have seen this before, because South likes to run and move quickly, sometimes they will go to an extended stretch in which they're throwing the ball away. They can't continue to hit those three-point shots like they did in the first half. You just can't do that. There may be a night when you do, but most of the time you would bet against it. So there are times when suddenly a big lead melts. But 17 points, that's an awful lot. I would expect the Warriors maybe to make a little run, but then South again starts to hit again, and it builds. And that's what we've seen the last couple of years. 17 is a dangerous lead, but still, there are times when they go into those droughts. I'm going to cross my Lebanon Warrior believer fingers and hope we will find one of those to start the third quarter.
Yeah, I really hope that the Warriors can commit to the defensive end, because obviously 43 points, can't be happy with that. Right now, that's on pace for 86 points, not the 100 that South
holding them under 100. They're not going to get 100.
Holding under 100. You remember the Rose Garden, the Blazers, if they score over 100 points, it's free chalupas.
Ooh.
So I wonder if South Albany has anything going for the home crowd. Turn in your ticket stub if you get a ticket. But hopefully the Warriors can make a better commitment at the defensive end, and hopefully at the end of the third quarter, if they can cut this lead somewhere in half, around 8-9 points, they might have a shot.
Let's take a timeout. We're at halftime tonight. 43-26, Rebels leading the Warriors on 920 KSHO.
Willamette Community Bank is proud to support local high school sports, music, and scholastic programs. Hi, this is Kevin Thomas, Vice President with Willamette Community Bank. Be part of the team and get behind our schools and our future leaders, serving you with branches in Albany and Lebanon.
Willamette Community Bank, service like no other, we promise. Member FDIC, equal housing lender.
If you'd like to do it yourself or need helpful advice doing it, your neighborhood Ace Hardware and Contractor Center can help. Economy Supply Building Center has been that helpful place for over 58 years. Economy Supply Building Center, where Highway 34 becomes Tangent Street in Lebanon.
Mama's Fine Italian and Wine Shop, offering lunch and dinner, takeout, and catering too. Here's Bob.
Come down and visit us and try some of our hand-tossed pizzas, my friends. That's right, hand-tossed.
Mama's Fine Italian and Wine Shop, in the heart of Lebanon on Oak, between Main and 2nd.
Need some electrical work in your home or business, but it just seems like too small of a job to call the pros? No matter what the job, call City and Suburban Electric. Proud to be a contributing member of our community. City and Suburban Electric. Call 451-5609.
You're loving and listening to the unforgettable 920 KSHO, Lebanon, Albany, Corvallis.
43-26 as South has the lead here at halftime tonight on 920 KSHO. Second time we've been here on KSHO. Last Saturday it was a conflict with the Ducks, who were playing a key game in which they beat UCLA to go 5-0 in Pac-12 basketball. And because of the new Pac-12 network, the TV network, teams are playing at different times this year. The Ducks are a featured game tonight on the Pac-12 network. So again, they are on KGAL, so we're over here on 920 KSHO. Friday night, for the Warrior fans, we will return to the normal spot, 1580 KGAL at 7 o'clock Friday night against Woodburn. The Beavers, by the way, because of Pac-12 basketball, they're playing tonight. Their game at Gill Coliseum against Washington will start at 8:30. I find that an interference by the Pac-12 network. You know, if we weren't doing a game, wanted to go to a Beaver game, I wouldn't go when it started at 8:30.
No.
It should start,
especially
7.
on Wednesday night.
Exactly. Yeah. But that's the way it is to appease the network. Okay, we'll take one more timeout here. Let's take a 30-second timeout. We'll return for the second half. Warriors return some nice applause from their fans here tonight. 43-26 halftime tonight at South.
Lassen RV at Albany has the new RV models on the lot now, ready for you to buy. Lassen RV Service Department has a new truckload of parts and accessories on sale just in time for fall fix-up. From changing a light bulb to rebuilding your entire RV. No job is too big or too small for Lassen RV in Albany, where friends send their friends.
The short drive to Corvallis will save you time and money. This is Steve Buckner from Wilson Motors, inviting you to experience the notable difference at Wilson Motors, 5th and Buchanan in Corvallis. Check us out at saveatwilson.com.
920 KSHO.
All right, ready for the second half tonight. 43-26 is the score. South with a commanding lead as we start the second half this evening, and South with the possession, first possession tonight. I'm Brady Ray along with Rob Allen. South with the ball. Shane Morgan. Far side for Jacoby Smith. Smith. Make that Shane Brown on the guard. David Waters. Waters down low and actually passing the ball along the perimeter. That's something we haven't seen tonight. Usually they catch and drive. Catch and move immediately. On the move, Havlin drives to the basket. Missed the layup. No good. Kendall Leopard got the rebound. A different type of set for the offense that time here at South. Here's C.J. Hargis. C.J. Hargis, Isaac Johnson, Kendall Leopard, Tim Maddox, and Jake McConnell for the Warriors. Here's Tim Maddox. A shot just outside the lane. No good. Rebound fought for. It's on the floor. Johnson fights with David Waters. Waters on the floor. Finally tied up by Tim Maddox. And the possession arrow
should belong to Lebanon.
Will belong to Lebanon.
Well, I thought there should have been a travel call there, Ray, because you cannot have possession of the ball and roll around on the floor. But where's Wall?
C.J. Hargis will inbound for the Warriors. Just below us.
Oh, I guess the call was traveling. That's what the PA announcer just said.
No, they don't have a number up there. They don't have a foul listed either. If the official one of the scores table.
It was traveling.
Traveling.
Just what I was trying to say.
Okay, traveling. Here's Tanner Tibbett on a drive to the other end. Tanner is knocked to the floor. We will have a foul there, and he will be shooting. And that foul will be the initial foul of the second half.
Ian Smith, and just not his night, Ray.
Wow, his number was already up there and stayed there from the first half. They just had to change the number of fouls, which is now 4. And Ian Smith will have to come out, and he will be replaced by Tim Maddox. The first shot by Tanner Tibbett is no good. Did we change the volume, or doesn't it sound different now on the Skippy?
It does. It does sound a little lower.
Sounds very very different. Here's Tanner Tibbett with the second shot is good. 44-26. And the Warriors inbound. Some pressure now on the backcourt. South haven't done that recently. They almost steal the ball. C.J. Hargis is sitting on the floor at the other end. He had slipped. He was on the floor already when the pass came to him. A timeout is called by Kevin Johnson to prevent a travel or a turnover. And the Warriors take a timeout. 6:55 remaining in the third quarter. 44-26 South will take a 30-second timeout here on 920 KSHO.
Good, tasty food. That's why Bing's Kitchen has been a lunch and dinner favorite for over 40 years. Choose Chinese or American meals that can satisfy the entire family or a gathering of up to 40 people on the South Sanium Highway in Lebanon. Choose Bing's Kitchen, where the food simply tastes best.
Doug Phillips, financial advisor with Edward Jones, is proud to sponsor Lebanon Warrior Sports on KGAL. Doug Phillips' Edward Jones office is on the corner of South Main and Walker, near the post office in Lebanon. Edward Jones, making sense of investing.
920 KSHO.
Back at South Albany, 44-26 as both teams still talking things over on their benches here tonight. Lebanon just below us here at the high school. We're at end of the gym, close to the doorway, up in the balcony area, across from that famed Rebel. You know, it's amazing. We only play one time a year here. We pay one visit, but it's kind of like Christmas. Christmas Day comes once a year, but you say, didn't we just do this? It seems like it was just yesterday. Same thing. It seems like I was just standing here staring at the Rebel flag not that long ago. It was a year ago. At that prominent Rebel flag on the other side of the floor. Warriors with the ball after the inbounds. Jake McConnell will start a drive. Gets a little screen to the basket by Hargis. kept the defender away from him, and he banged it in. Got a good roll on the iron. 44-28. Warriors with the 28. Tanner Tibbett starts the drive. Passes it to Waters. Goes off his feet into the hands of Hargis. Warriors come up court quickly. Maddox to the basket. Outside to Leopard. Leopard may have traveled before he took a step. Shot, no good. In and out, no good. Waters battles Leopard, and they didn't call the possession arrow. Instead, the Warriors steal it. Leopard steals it away. Shot by Hargis is no good. And the ball will go out of bounds, and South will bring it back up after the shot by Hargis off the iron out of bounds. Kendall Leopard, I think, traveled before he moved to try the first shot, and I also think there should have been a possession arrow when he was battling David Waters for the ball.
I agree with you.
Shane Brown outside for Jacoby Smith for three. No good. The ball tipped back to Riley Havlin, who drives the basket and puts it in. Shane Brown knew what he was doing. He's one of the smaller players, so he tipped it to Havlin, who was in the lane, and he just drove it to the basket and put it in. Nice job. Here's Jake McConnell on a drive, and Jake is fouled from behind. That should be against David Waters. That may be the third if that's David. It is his third foul. We're even at a foul apiece here in the third quarter with 5:48 remaining. We are not even in the score. Still 18-point lead, which they had at the half, 46-28 South. Hargis for three. No. Rebound. Isaac Johnson does a good job. Puts it up and in. Isaac can jump. He's 6'3". He's just a freshman. And throwing the ball away, Shane Brown tried to get it to Jacoby Smith, but they say the Warriors got a hand on it in between.
It was Kendall Leopard's thigh that kicked it out of bounds.
South will inbound to Riley Havin, left side of the floor. Johnson knocks away an entry pass. Ball battled for, controlled by South. They swing it across the floor for Tibbett, who will try for three. He's got it. Isaac Johnson couldn't get there quickly enough, and Tibbett can shoot. Close to the left baseline. He hits it 49-30. Here's Kendall Leopard with the ball. Leopard to Isaac. Isaac will try for three. Got it. 49-33 as the teams exchange three, and South loses it into the hands of Hargis. Hargis feeds it on the right side to McConnell. McConnell drives to the basket off the glass with the left hand. No good, and the rebound comes to South. And let's see who reached in. It could be.
I think it was McConnell.
Was it Jake? It was number one. They say maybe Kendall Leopard, but it's on Jake McConnell. That will be his first.
You could tell that was in frustration, Ray, because his shot was just short right off the glass there after a wonderful pump fake.
Here's South with the ball on the inbound. Up 49-33. Warriors double team Havlin, who gets it away to Tibble. Tibble is double team, almost loses it. They've got to get it across court. And
the timeout.
Timeout before.
Almost a 10-second call in the backcourt.
The Warriors had pressured them. They had not yet gotten it into front court. And as Tibbett had it, he would not have been able to cross the court in time, but Coach Duschwander got the timeout and will save the possession. 49-33. We'll stay here for the timeout. South with the lead. Friday night, Woodburn comes to Lebanon. We'll be back on 1580 KGAL that evening. Learn how archery is a family sport at the Archery Hut in Lebanon. You'll find the Archery Hut just past the Moose Lodge on Crowfoot Road. Lessons, if you want them, from a master archer in John Stone. And your Steel and Husqvarna headquarters in the valley, Cascade Outdoor Power Equipment. You'll find them near the airport on Airway Road between Oak and Airport Road in Lebanon. I've mentioned I took my chainsaw there recently. I needed a new chain, needed the chain sharpened, and they did it very nicely. Very friendly people.
Very nice.
Have that chainsaw again in my trunk. Here's South with the ball on the inbound. And Tanner Tibbett started to lose the handle off his feet, got the ball, and when he got it back, it was open space to the basket, and he put it up and in. 51-33. He should get an assist. He helped himself. Looked like he was passing to himself. Here's Jake McConnell for three. Off the iron, no good. Rebound to South. This time they will run. Caleb Morgan. Morgan knocks down Hargis.
Nice job, CJ.
He will be called for the charge. CJ held his spot. So the Warriors down by 18. Remains the same as it was at halftime, and we're almost halfway through the third quarter. That drought, the South drought I was hoping for, and the Warrior run has not materialized.
Yeah, and a real interesting stat, Ray. Two of the top scorers for the Warriors tonight, McConnell and Hargis, only 2 points combined so far.
Warriors on an inbounds pass. Turn it over. South gets it back. From the corner, Shane Brown for three. Air ball short, no good, but it winds up in the hands of Caleb Morgan, who is fouled from behind. Another good fortune. Shane Brown was way off on that pass, but because it was short, it went right into the hands of Caleb Morgan. Josh Alley standing behind him tried to block a shot, but instead got the body. And Josh will get his first foul. The Warriors will pick up their third of the quarter. 2 for South, and number 2. Caleb Morgan hits the free throw and will have a second as the lead extended to 19.
That's a perfect example right there, Ray, of the commitment that I was talking about. Extra commitment by the Warriors. Part defense is blocking out for the shot, for the rebound. Warriors didn't do their job. 2 extra points goes to South.
Caleb Morgan hit both. Josh Alley sits, and Isaac Johnson back in the game for the Warriors. He's double-teamed in backcourt. Gets it into front court to McConnell. Warriors have the numbers. McConnell dishes it to Maddox, who missed the shot, and the rebound comes to South. Riley Havlin will make it Tanner Tibbett, number 12. Tanner Tibbett passes to Brown. Brown across court for Tyler Griffith. Shane Brown starts a drive, loses it to Kendall Leopard. Lost the handle. Lost it right into the hands of Leopard. Leopard feeds it to Johnson. Back to Leopard. Up and in. Great assist from Johnson. He never even caught the ball. He just tipped it back immediately to Kendall Leopard, who was coming straight down the lane, and Kendall got the basket. 53-35. Driving the other way along the baseline is Shane Brown. He's got 2. The lead is 20. Now McConnell at the other end. Warriors want to run instead. He has his pocket picked by Tanner Tibbett. Tibbett looking for some help. Dishes it to Tyler Griffith. Griffith in the corner for 3 from Brown. No good. It was Caleb Morgan missed the shot, and the rebound comes to Riley Havlin, somehow right in between Kendall Leopard and C.J. Hargis. He took it from the two of them, moved to the basket, hit the shot. The whistle blows.
Lane violation by Isaac Johnson on the inbounds pass.
Wow. 57-35. Biggest lead is 22. 2:58 remaining in the third quarter, and South, after the turnover by the Warriors, they get it back again. Caleb Morgan dishes it across for 3 from the corner. Tanner Tibbett hits close to the baseline, right side of the basket. 3-point shot, and it's now 60-35. Isaac Johnson, double team, gets Hargis. Hargis has an opening. Dishes it to McConnell. McConnell back to Johnson. Johnson, a fake, gets into the lane, puts up a hook shot that won't go. Tyler Romeo tips the ball into the hands of Tyler Griffith. Down court comes Caleb Morgan. Morgan wanted to go underneath the Tanner Tibbett, but instead it was knocked away by the Warriors. Jake McConnell was there to knock it out of bounds, but South will control as Jake McConnell will come out. Tim Maddox, Colson Shanks, C.J. Hargis, Isaac Johnson, and Tyler Romeo for the Warriors. 3-point shot, no good by Tibbett. And the rebound comes to the Warriors. 2:16, 2:15 remaining in the third quarter. C.J. Hargis for Isaac Johnson just below us. Isaac bounce pass back to C.J. C.J. bounce pass to Maddox. Bounce pass to Shanks for 3. No. Air ball short. Rebound tipped into the hands of South. South on the run. They get it to Jacoby Smith. Tibbett to Smith. Nice job again on the fast break. 62-35. Warriors try a fast break, but South gets back to cut it off. Colson Shanks guarded very carefully by Morgan. Now Morgan picks up Hargis. Hargis is by him, tries to drive to the basket, puts it up and in. How did he do that? He got by 3 players on the way to the basket. Underhanded layup, good, 62-37. South, Caleb Morgan. Morgan to Tibbett. Tibbett, and now slowly, now it starts a drive. Riley Havlin wants to drive to the basket, puts it up, an underhanded layup, no good. They're going to call a hack on the way to the basket, and that's too bad because Havlin really was not in a good position to shoot. It was a Regis moment for the shot. Out of control.
Out of control and hacked, just like you said. The Warriors, again, it's the same thing, not shooting very well at their end, and South Albany just continues to be hot tonight.
Tyler Romeo committed the foul. His second, 4th team foul for the Warriors in this half. 2 for South, and the shot is no good by Riley Havlin as Tim Maddox will come out. And replacing him, Skylar Garber will see action here in the third quarter from the JV team. The JV team picking up a victory tonight over South by 3 points. Second shot good by Riley Havlin. Make it a 63-37 score. I believe that's a 26-point lead.
It is. Hopefully we can see it come down a little ways here in the third.
1:19 remaining in the third quarter. C.J. Hargis with the ball. Bounce pass to Tyler Romeo to Isaac Johnson underneath. Good ball movement that time. Hargis to Romeo to Johnson, who hit the shot. Now South at the other end. They try a fast break. It won't work. Knocked away by the Warriors. And a whistle will blow, and we'll have a push that is going to go against South. Let's see who did the shoving.
It's Caleb Morgan.
Caleb hits his second foul, third team foul for the Warriors. Just under a minute remaining, third quarter tonight at South Albany High School. As Jacoby Smith will sit into the game, Brandon McKnight, also Cade Birch will come in place of Tanner Tibbett for South. Just under a minute to go. Isaac Johnson has it right on that Rebel logo right in the middle of the floor, extends to both sides of the floor beyond midcourt. Here's Colson Shanks. Colson, bounce pass back to Isaac. Isaac back to Colson. Colson thought about the three, instead drives inside, dishes it to Hargis underneath, loses it. Skylar Garber gets it. Garber.
Yeah, giving it.
Puts up a shot, and he is fouled. We saw him in the JV game in that second half. Hit some free throws. I think it was 4 in a row at one point, and they were key as the two teams were battling. South had a lead in that second half. Let's see how Skylar does here. He's got a nice release, and he hits the shot. 63-40. The Warriors on the 40 end of that score. 41 and a half seconds remaining. Third quarter tonight at South Albany High School. Looks a little more crowded on this side of the floor, but still I think a rather sparse attendance here tonight. Second shot good, and he hits both. He can shoot his free throws, 63-41. South with the ball, still in backcourt. They better get it into front court again, and they do. They get it into front court. They dish it down low for Brandon McKnight, and Brandon just in the game a couple of minutes hits the three, 66-41.
Ninth three of the game for the Rebels.
He has three
That's his first 3-pointer. Nine for South Albany.
Whoa. Here's C.J. Hargis. 9 seconds to go. They'll try for a final shot. Johnson just below it. Starts a drive. Got to get that shot off. Double team. Dishes it back outside. Hargis will try for three. Look good. No good. Rebound to South, and that will end the third quarter. 66-41. So an 18-point halftime lead does not result in a drought for the South. They really did not go dry. No extended period. In fact, they lead by 25 as the third quarter ends. 66-41. South on top. We'll return and finish up tonight. Fourth quarter coming up. 9:20 KSHO.
Need tires? Hi, this is Don from Kenega Tire Factory. From lawnmowers to tractors, cars, and trucks, we have what you need. And Kenega Tire's ASE certified mechanics can help you with your brakes, shocks, struts, alignment, oil changes, and stuff you won't believe. Even propane for your barbecue and RV. Kenega Tire Factory, still at the Y in Lebanon.
You'll always get your money's worth where the food is fresh and original at Ixtapa Family Mexican Restaurant in Lebanon. Roberto and his staff will provide a fun and affordable dining experience. So visit Ixtapa on the corner of Highway 20 and Wheeler Street, where parking is convenient and the atmosphere is sweet.
The Walmart Superstore is exactly that. One superstore with virtually everything you might have on your shopping list. Everything you need, a great selection, and of course, lower prices always. The Walmart Superstore in Lebanon.
We're Linco Federal Credit Union. Keep your money in Linn County with Linco Federal Credit Union. Enjoy a visit with one of our friendly staff at a neighborhood branch near you today. Linco Federal Credit Union in Albany, Lebanon, and Sweet Home. In Linn, you're in.
9:20 KSHO.
We'll start the fourth quarter tonight, finish up this evening. The Warriors are going to have a monumental task, 66-41 South as they enter the fourth quarter. Kendall Leppard on a pass from Isaac Johnson. Looked down low, instead threw it right into the hands of Riley Havlin. Down court to Jacoby Smith, and he hits. Boy, they do it well. One pass, and they get the layup. 68-41, a shot for three, no good by Colson Shanks, and the rebound comes to David Waters back in the game. Shane Brown down court for Tanner Tibbett, and Jake McConnell smacks right into him trying for the steal, but instead he will get the foul. It will be the 15th foul, and I believe Jake will get his second.
Yeah.
His second foul.
Oh, and that had to be called, Ray. That was almost form tackle.
A little obvious. South will inbound. Riley Haviland takes the inbounds pass from Tippett. He starts a drive into the lane, puts a shot up and in, and they just go right by the Warriors. Kendall Leopard was there, couldn't stop him. 70-41. McConnell puts a nice move on David Water, drives inside, puts up a shot, and they say David Waters got him with a knee as he went by.
That's his fourth.
Kind of a ticky-tacky foul there.
Ticky-tacky knee foul.
But David will pick up a fourth foul, and South will get their fifth of the half. Both teams with 5. Ian Smith checks in. And let's see, Kendall Leopard coming out for the Warriors.
Luke Elliott in, number 32.
He's wearing 32 tonight?
Yes.
Thank you, Rob. I was just going to check to see if we had that. Warriors shot no good. South with the ball, down court. They get it 1, 2, 3, up and in. Riley Haviland to Shane Brown to David Waters. Great ball movement, 72-41, and driving in the lane, falling to the floor. Isaac Johnson into the hands of South. Haviland to Shane Brown. Bang, 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 up and in, 74-41. As Isaac again brings it across into front court for the Warriors. That would be just at our end of the gym, close to the doorway here, the entrance at South. Isaac saved the ball from going out of bounds, got it back inbounds. Here's Colson Shanks. Shanks just below us, tries to get a bounce pass off. It's knocked away by Waters, but it's off Waters' hands and goes out of bounds. But Colson wanted to go underneath with the pass. Waters knocked that out of bounds. Instead, Colson Shanks will inbound here close to the bleacher area. Inbound to Jake McConnell. McConnell passes it off for who's wearing this?
Zach Short.
Is it Zach Short wearing 3 tonight?
Yes.
So he's wearing 3 this evening. Shot good by Ian Smith. Ian Smith, a little hook shot right in front of the basket. 74-43. South with the lead. Here's Jacoby Smith. Smith has the ball knocked away from McConnell. McConnell's going to drive all the way to the basket, wants to put a shot up. Oh, off the iron, no good, a little bit short. And the rebound comes to Jacoby Smith. Smith, Tibbett, Shane Brown open for 3. No. Rebound, though, to David Waters, and he is going to foul out of the game as he jumped over the back.
A little angered.
Luke Elliott.
Come on, man.
David is appealing the verdict, but he will have to leave. In fact, he's still coming down court. He's got to know it was his 5th. That's why he's appealing it, but he was still running down court.
Sure. Such a fun style to play, this Rebel offense here.
Ross Downer, number 24, will check in. Colson Shanks sits. Chad Nissen comes into the ball game. So Jake McConnell, Ian Smith, Chad Nissen, and Zach Short. And Luke Elliott in the game for the Warriors. A shot no good by Ian Smith, but Ian this time will draw the foul instead of committing the foul, and he will go to the line to shoot 2. His team down by 31. 5 minutes, 47 seconds remaining in the game tonight. For the complete fitness experience with cardio machines, weight training, check out Lebanon Racquetball and Fitness. Shot no good. Open 7 days a week, 24 hours a day. That means any day, anytime you want them. Look for Lebanon Racquetball and Fitness, Sherman Street in Lebanon. Second shot good by Ian Smith. 74-44. Warriors down. Here's Shane Brown. Brown tries to get it underneath and does. And being fouled on the shot.
Mitchell Gable.
Oh, 23, Mitchell Gable. Haven't seen him in the game, I don't think. I'm surprised. Usually we see everybody frequently. I think that's the first time for Mitchell. And he will be shooting a couple of shots here as Chad Nissen picks up his first foul. 6th team foul for the Warriors. And Mitchell Gable will hit. The Lebanon High School Booster Club asked you to please consider becoming a member, particularly in the second half of the school year. Things really get busy. They assist in all aspects of school life, not just sports. Second shot, no good. Rebound, Ian Smith. Consider becoming a member of the Booster Club at Lebanon High School. Call the office for more information. Don't need a lot of time to give to the school, just a little bit of time. Warriors with the ball and traveling is Luke Elliott on the right side of the floor, tried to put a move on his defender, instead shuffled the feet, and the Warriors turn it over with 5:26 remaining in the game tonight.
You know, I think they should allow you to travel. If your team's down by more than 30, should allow you an extra step on offense.
Even two steps. Here's Tanner Tibbett on a drive to the basket, and he's fouled. And he will go to the line and start to slow the game down a little bit. To say just a few minutes ago, the thought crossed my mind again that there's not been prodigious fouling in this game like we often see, because the pace is generally so fast from South. There's a lot of reaching, a lot of whistles. It really hasn't happened tonight.
No. With their frantic pace, they've actually just been a step quicker at getting their offensive players the ball and before the Warriors can react. First free throw is good.
Tanner will have a second, as both teams now are in the 1-and-1. Both teams with 7 fouls, and he hits both. Good player, Tanner Tibbett. 77-44, and here come the Warriors. Zach Short for Jake McConnell. Jake just right in front of the Warrior bench. Out center of the floor to Short. Back to Jake. Left wing. Guarded by Caleb Morgan. Falls, gets up, and the ball knocked out of bounds from behind by Tanner Tibbett. We haven't been able to see that quick move from Jake McConnell. He's got a great move on the wing. South has done a good job of cutting off that entry to the basket tonight.
They have. They've had some good footwork, Ray. A good sound enough defense to get in front of the Warrior offensive player. Even active hands knocking the ball away, as they did just there off of McConnell's leg.
South with the ball. No travel called. Maybe should have been. Here's a shot from the outside by Caleb Morgan for 3, long 3, and the rebound comes to Ian Smith. He wants to run to McConnell. McConnell to the basket, puts a shot up and in. Nice job over Caleb Morgan. Did a good job to escape Morgan. Instead of getting the charge, got the shot off. Shot by Tyler Griffith is no good. Griffith tries to get his own rebound and pushes it into the hands of Smith. Smith to Chad Nissen. To Zach Short, up court to McConnell, to the basket, and
a charge.
A charge called on Jake McConnell. I didn't catch the number of that bus that was there, but it was close. But they'll say that he had his position, and Jake gets the charge. Apparently, he didn't think so.
Ross Downer. Well, Ray, usually there's in the NBA and college there's a ring, a half ring right around the hoop.
Yeah.
Right where you can't take a charge, and that would, normally that would not be a position where you can take a charge. But Ross Downer was the man who was standing in the way of Jake McConnell.
Turnover at the other end by South, so they give the ball back to the Warriors. Down 77-46, and will reach the midway point of the fourth quarter right now as Caleb Morgan guards Zach Short. Chad Nissen on the left wing. Entry pass to Ian Smith. Tries a shot, no good. Short got the rebound, dishes it underhand to Smith. Smith wants to put his shot up, and what did they call against him? Did he step out? I didn't see what they called.
He must have stepped out of bounds.
It didn't look like he was that close, but that's the only thing I could see is that he stepped out of bounds. His back foot must have hit just across the baseline. Turnover to South. 77-46. South with the ball. Tyler Griffith puts a little move on Nissen. Drives to the basket. Puts it up and in. Ian Smith was there, but Ian's in foul trouble, and he did not contest. Easy layup. 79-46. 3:27 remaining. Here's Zach Short. Hands it to Nissen. Chad with the right hand will dribble out front. Swing it to Luke Elliott. Short tries to put a move on Caleb Morgan, gets a little bit of a move, but has the ball knocked away. Warriors retain possession. And big changes here. C.J. Hargis into the ball game. Tyler Romeo. Isaac Johnson will check back in. Zach Short will stay in, and so will Ian Smith, and they will be the Warrior 5 in the ball game. Here's C.J. inbounds to Johnson. Turns, shoots, and they'll call a block on that, so he's going to get to the line, and it'll be the 8th foul, but he was in the act of shooting anyway, so he'll get 2. And the block on South will go to Brandon McKnight, his first, as Isaac Johnson shoots and hits.
Isaac leading scorer for the Warriors tonight. So far, that's his 12th point.
A reminder from Lynn Benton Community College, get started, get finished, save a bundle. Prepare for virtually any career you might choose at LBCC, 2 in a row for Isaac Johnson. Lynn Benton Community College making an appointment with one of their counselors. Stop in, pick up the schedule of classes. LBCC. Shot by South, no good. Rebound to Johnson. Nice spin move. Now underhands it to Hargis. Hargis, though, is quickly double-teamed by South. Has to give it back to Johnson. Again, driving into the lane. Feeds it to Tyler Romeo, up and in. Again, great assist from Isaac Johnson, finding the open man. He can really move with that ball well. At the other end, Ian Smith, I think, no.
He had a block, and it was off of South Albany.
So they were called
out of bounds.
Oh, I thought they were going to call a foul on Ross Downer, but there's no foul. It's on number 24, who's checked out. Here's Isaac Johnson, feeds it to Hargis. Hargis on the give and go to Tyler Romeo, and Tyler finishes nicely. Shot over one of the JV players in the game for the first time tonight, number 50 for South, and South throws it away at the other end. Not sure whether he would be wearing the same number. That's not always the case. Is there a 50 on the JV?
There is. Brian Kelly, 6'5". That looks like
it does.
A good-sized man.
He's big. Isaac Johnson, his shot will not go, but Ian Smith cleans the boards and puts it back. 79. Did they put that shot up? I thought it was already 54.
It was 52 before that.
Well, maybe they got up very quickly then. And there's, what'd you say his name
Brian
was?
Kelly.
Brian Kelly, underneath for the shot, a sizable young man, 81-54. Dancing to the basket, Ian Smith, and Ian is fouled by Brian Kelly. Isn't he the coach of Notre Dame?
Yes.
Why don't we ask him what he thinks of the Manti Te'o thing?
We could have him on the post game.
All right. I wish they would, as Wally said on From the Sidelines, our Friday morning sports program, 11 to 12. Join us if you will. They ought to just drop that now. It's getting tiresome.
It is.
And it's one of the key stories.
You know, it was ESPN that broke that story, Ray, and I just look for sports information from that station. I don't need to know about anyone's personal life.
Ian Smith hits the first and hits the second. And so the Warriors 4 free throws in a row, 2 by Isaac Johnson, 2 by Ian Smith. It's 81-56, and South throws it away. They tried to save it at the last minute. Cabe Birch tried for the save, but couldn't get to it before it went out of bounds. And so the Warriors, with 147, will try to dent a bit, a sizable margin. How do these things happen? How do you get to a 25-point margin? Well, tonight it was just every minute that lead was growing. Here's Ian Smith off a couple of hands, lost the ball. Ian got it, missed the shot, put it back, misses it again. Brian Kelly gets the rebound, and a big body battles Ian and keeps the ball. Get us to Caleb Morgan. Chad Nissen trying to pick his pocket, can't do it. Morgan bounce pass.
Yeah.
Bounce pass. The shot was no good. Isaac Johnson got the rebound. Mitchell Gable at the other end missed the shot, and now Chad Nissen hits for 3. Inbound, getting a little crazy here as Caleb Morgan drives into front court. Across for Birch. Mitchell. Mitchell Gable, and Brian Kelly just had it stolen away from him. He was trying to control it. Looked like he was wrestling the ball, and as he was bringing the arms around with the ball, one of the Warriors just reached out and stole it.
He looks like he's built like a bear, Ray, and it looked like the Warriors just took some food from the big bear.
It looked like he was trying to crush the ball, didn't it? I mean, and he could do it.
Looks to be about 250 at least, 250, 260 pounds.
Well, you wouldn't want to mess with him down low, and he has the front position. C.J. Hargis was fouled and will go to the line for a pair. And the foul was called on Brandon McKnight, his second. C.J. misses the first of 2.
I think you could take Brian Kelly. No problem. Might take 15 rounds.
If I had a head start. Oh, you mean actually?
You mean in a foot race?
Oh, confront him. Well,
confront him.
I wouldn't want to do that.
No.
Here's Chade Birch for Brandon McKnight, and Brandon hits for 3. That's a couple for Brandon in the game off the bench. 84-60, lead back up to 24. Well, the Warriors are going to keep them under 90 tonight. That's a little victory. Under 100, that's a good victory. Here's C.J. Hargis. Hargis, left-hand dribble, right-hand dribble, can't get around Brandon McKnight dishes it to Smith. Back to Hargis. Hargis starts a drive. Nice pass. Chad Nissen open for three. Finished? No. Air ball over the top of the basket, and Ian Smith may be gone for the night.
He knows it.
As he came over the back of Cade Birch, trying for the rebound. So David Waters, the big man for South, is gone, and Ian Smith, the tallest player on the floor for the Warriors, he is gone. Let's see, is it 6'5" for Ian Smith? And David Waters, don't have him listed on the roster I have. I had one off the internet. They didn't have him listed, but he's probably around 6'5". Here's Cade Birch with the free throw, and it is the 1-and-1, and he hits the first, so he has the second one coming. 85-60. 26 seconds to go. Cade Birch, make it 2. 86-60. Warriors get it to Hargis. Hargis starts a drive. Has to give up the pass to Johnson. Johnson, a little floater, won't go. The rebound to Skylar Garber, who battles a taller and a more sizable Cade Birch. And he is fouled. No? How did...
Skylar is shaking. He should be at the free throw line, but it's Tyler Romeo.
How did Tyler Romeo get to the line?
I don't know.
Then that foul was away from the ball because Skylar Garber was the one with the ball who hit the floor.
Yeah, Skylar was still chuckling, getting ready to block out for a rebound that should be his shot.
Well, maybe he'll get 2 after this. We'll see. Tyler Romeo has missed the first. And he hits the second.
I think C.J. Hargis is still laughing at that, too.
He should petition for the shots now. Say, when do I get mine? I was the one that was knocked to the floor. 86-60. South with the ball, 13 seconds to go. Here's Brandon McKnight. Nate Neuschwander, I think says simply hold on here. Seem to be saying something to Brandon, and they will. They'll just keep the ball outside. 4 seconds. Cade Birch with the ball in his hands will hold on to it, and that will end the game. South, a well-played game. They can put it together. We had hoped that they were vulnerable. They beat Woodburn by 5 points. They beat Dallas they lost to Dallas by a couple of points, and they really put it to the Warriors tonight. That's been an old story here at South. Every time we've come over here, and since the Nate Neuschwander regime began, they have really been good at home, and they beat the Warriors 86-60 tonight. 2 teams shake hands. We'll take a break. We'll come back and finish up tonight from South Albany High School. Rebels 86, Warriors 60 on KSHO.
Family owned and operated since 1979, Crabtree Auto stresses the small stuff when it comes to maintaining your vehicle. An oil change every 3,000 miles is a small thing now, but adds up to big rewards down the road. Crabtree Auto on Hill Street, just south of 9th in Albany.
Has your stove lost its heat? Is your fridge or freezer no longer cold? Does your washer leave soap in your clothes, or has your dryer stopped tumbling? Then who are you going to call? Like New Appliance at 259-1131, of course. Like New Appliance, where every appliance shines like new.
Lynn Lane's in Lebanon, home of the best burger in town.
The place to bowl is Lynn Lane's Bowling Center on South Main Road in Lebanon. And the people are real nice. And the Head Pin Restaurant, I'd go there even if the bowling alley wasn't attached.
Good family fun. Bowling.
You will come out a winner at Power Honda. Their talented staff will show you how easy it is to get the vehicle you want and the payment you need. Check out mypowerhonda.com. Call 928-0122 or just go in to Power Honda, Highway 20 east of I-5 in Albany, your Honda Superstore.
Need extra money? H&R Block offers the Emerald Advance, a line of credit up to $1,000 that you can start using today. No W-2 required. Stop by a participating office to apply or call 1-800-HR-BLOCK to learn more. H&R Block Emerald Advance, line of credit offered through H&R Block Bank. Member FDIC at participating offices subject to credit approval. Free supply. See HR Block/Emerald Advance for details. 2012 HRB Tax Group Incorporated offered January 15, 2013. OTP B15550.
Hi, this is Serena at your neighborhood H&R Block in Albany, Lebanon, Corvallis. Call us today at 541-928-6432 and see what it means to never settle for less when it comes to your taxes.
KSHO.
Well, South Albany has made it 6 of the last 7 games in which they have played the Warriors. They have won, but last year the Warriors got the better of them when they went over to Lebanon. South beat the Warriors here 100-82, but then when they went to Lebanon later in February, Lebanon rebounded with an 84-78 win, so we hope that will be the case this year, but South has won 6 of the last 7 meetings between the two teams. Tonight, they built up the lead consistently. Boy, I certainly looked like a good analyst before the game, saying that this was one of those games you anticipate. South can get a little careless because they do run. They shoot a lot of threes. They can miss those threes. They can throw the ball away a lot, commit a lot of turnovers. Said maybe it'll be a close game, one the Warriors anticipate to play well in and maybe pick up a victory. And I also said once the game began to get one-sided for South, that a lot of times they will have stretches in which they do play poorly. They miss the threes. They start throwing the ball away on the fast break, and the other team can make a little run. That never happened either. They led by 9 after 1 period, led by 17 after 2, 25 after 3, and in the fourth, when they took it easy, the final lead 26, 86-60 tonight. Rob has been doing his best to keep the stats tonight. Not easy to do while you're watching the game and calling the game, and also with all the fast movements by South. But we'll see what he has for us as we'll come back and get the final statistics and wrap up tonight. Take another timeout as everybody exits. Not a big crowd here tonight. I was rather surprised, a sparse crowd for a good matchup between these. Generally, what we assume might be a good matchup. South wins it by 26, 86-60. We'll take this timeout.
Making life easier and more productive, that's what Lynn Benton Tractor can do for you. And it all begins by discovering how the full line of Kubota equipment can help.
Lynn Benton Tractor, we're still doing business the American way.
Highway 99E Tangent.
Taking a detour down a gravel road isn't fun for you or your tires. Luckily at Les Schwab, along with great prices, all of our car or pickup tires come with the kind of protection most other places don't give you, like free flat repairs and more. Les Schwab, doing the right thing since 1952.
Albany Burgerville is now featuring the Ham Havarti Sandwich, all natural Diamond Ranch ham layered with melted Havarti cheese on a toasted hoagie roll and the chocolate hazelnut milkshake. Pick up an Albany Burgerville rewards card now. Cash for every dollar spent. Albany Burgerville, fresh, local, sustainable.
Willamette Community Bank is proud to support local high school sports, music, and scholastic programs. Hi, this is Kevin Thomas, Vice President with Willamette Community Bank. Be part of the team and get behind our schools and our future leaders, serving you with branches in Albany and Lebanon.
Willamette Community Bank, service like no other, we promise. Member FDIC, equal housing lender.
If you'd like to do it yourself or need helpful advice doing it, your neighborhood Ace Hardware and Contractor Center can help. Economy Supply Building Center has been that helpful place for over 58 years. Economy Supply Building Center, where Highway 34 becomes Tangent Street in Lebanon.
Mama's Fine Italian and Wine Shop, offering lunch and dinner, takeout, and catering too. Here's Bob.
Come down and visit us and try some of our hand-tossed pizzas, my friends. That's right, hand-tossed.
Mama's Fine Italian and Wine Shop, in the heart of Lebanon on Oak, between Main and 2nd.
Need some electrical work in your home or business, but it just seems like too small of a job to call the pros? No matter what the job, call City and Suburban Electric. Proud to be a contributing member of our community. City and Suburban Electric. Call 451-5609.
Lassen RV at Albany has the new RV models on the lot now, ready for you to buy. Lassen RV Service Department has a new truckload of parts and accessories on sale just in time for fall fix-up. From changing a light bulb to rebuilding your entire RV. No job is too big or too small for Lassen RV in Albany, where friends send their friends.
You're loving and listening to the unforgettable 920 KSHO, Lebanon, Albany, Corvallis.
Unfortunately, it was not an unforgettable game tonight. It's one you would like to forget. The one that will be remembered for a while as South Albany put on a fast break clinic, a good shooting clinic, good defense, and they beat the Warriors by 26, 86-60. Trying to keep up with the action and put the stats on paper, Rob Allen.
Yes, well, lots of statistics to keep. A lot of players for both teams scored, Ray. So we'll take a look at South Albany real quick. The Rebels totaling 86 points tonight. The Warriors held them under 90, held them under 100. That was one of our personal goals for them. Tanner Tibbett led the way with 17 points, 14 from Riley Havlin. Shane Brown with 10 points. That's 3 players in double figures tonight for the Rebels. Actually, let's add a fourth, Tyler Griffith with 10 tonight for South Albany. Also 7 for Jacoby Smith. 8 for David Waters, Brandon Knight with 6 off the bench. Cade Birch with 5. 2 points for the big burly Brian Kelly towards the end of the game, and 1 point for Mitchell Gable, also 6 for Caleb Morgan. That is a lot of scoring. Almost everybody who played scored. I feel bad for Ross Downer, the only guy who didn't score for South Albany. For the Warriors, only one player in double figure. 13 points from Isaac Johnson, possible player of the game candidate for the Warriors tonight. Also 9 points from Ian Smith, who was in foul trouble most of the game. 7 for Josh Alley, 5 for Chad Nissen off the bench, 4 for Jake McConnell, Colson Shanks with 2, Tim Maddox with 4, CJ Hargis with 2, Kendall Leopard with 4, Tyler Romeo with a nice game, the sophomore with 8 points tonight, and Skylar Garber came off the bench to score 2 free throws towards the end. So Ray, all in all for the Warriors, I expect a little more from Jake McConnell and CJ Hargis. Usually offensively, they only total 6 points. They're usually 2 of the top scorers for the Warriors, and Kendall Leopard is usually a little higher than his 4 points tonight. So
and no threes tonight for the Warriors.
And they did have a 3. Let's see, 1, 2,
really
3,
really
4 3.
4 threes?
No, 3 threes for the Warriors.
3. I don't remember any, Frank. I don't remember a 3 tonight.
Isaac Johnson had 1. Josh Alley had 1.
I do remember the Josh and the Isaac, yes.
And Chad Nissen had 1 off the bench.
Chad Nissen had 1 too. All right, well, the Warriors will be home on Friday night against Woodburn, and we will be back on our usual place on the dial. That's 1580 KGAL Friday night against Woodburn. Woodburn was defeated by South, but Woodburn did a good job of hanging in. They held South to 65 points. South beat them 65-60, but they were far more competitive against South than the Warriors, so you worry with Woodburn coming to town, because then next week, Tuesday, we go to Tuesday, Friday from then on. Next Tuesday, Silverton, and that's big trouble. Silverton beat the West. Silverton, one of the most highly ranked teams in the state. Churchill, by far the best. Churchill beat Silverton earlier in the year, but Silverton certainly right now the best team in this league. And then it's back to Dallas again as we start the second half of the season, and we have to go there. So Friday night, you got to look for a victory against Woodburn, and if you look at the game, how well they did against South, it's going to be tough.
Yeah, I expected a much better performance defensively for the Warriors, despite the great shooting that South had tonight, and they just flat out moved the ball and were moving. Their energy level from the get-go, Ray, was outstanding and set the tone. The Warriors definitely played the South Albany game the way that Nate Nuenschwander planned on playing tonight, which is up and down, get it to your shooters. It's kind of it is an exciting brand of basketball to actually watch, rather than a slow down half court type game that we usually see. So unfortunately for the Warriors, they just did not shoot a higher percentage from their offensive end. But Friday night, the Bulldogs come in. I will be there. Hopefully we'll get a big crowd there for a home match against the Bulldogs, and hopefully the Warriors will make some adjustments defensively. They got to get better at closing out on the shooters, Ray, because that's 2 games in a row now where teams have scored 9-10 threes against the Warrior defense. The Warriors guards have got to do a better job, and then conversely, they need to do a better job rebounding once those balls miss. You don't want to give teams that shoot that well that many opportunities.
Good ball movement by those teams, though, to get somebody open for a 3. And the Warriors did not have that kind of ball movement tonight. And even if they did, they get the shot, they were not shooting well this evening. It was back to what we would call really the old ways for the Warriors. We saw a good 3 quarters against Crescent Valley last Saturday. We'll need those 4 good quarters Friday night against Woodburn. See you tomorrow for the morning update. If you're 920 KSHO listener, I invite you to join Mark Workhoven and me mornings from 5:30 to 9 over at 1580 KGAL. News, sports, weather, and some little things hopefully to make your morning a little bit better each Monday through Friday at 1580 KGAL. Thank you, Rob.
Thank you. We need to choose a player of the game.
Oh, player of the game, Research Mannequins, with the sale and Research of Mannequins from right there in Lebanon. They know their stuff at Research Mannequins. I would say Isaac Johnson. He's a young man. He's a freshman. We've talked about it many, many times. He is 6'3". He's going to get bigger. He's going to be a force under the basket. Once again tonight, his assists, his distribution of the ball is something that's fun to watch. He has some really stellar plays when he moves the ball. Sometimes I think people are not used to how wise he is, looking one way and throwing the other, and how quickly he can get the ball to them. And maybe he doesn't really get the assist because they don't score. Yeah. But he certainly can handle the ball, and he is fun to watch. He does not give up even in a 26-point loss. He's on the floor scrambling for every ball. I say Isaac Johnson tonight.
I concur, Ray, and I think that Isaac has a bright future, obviously, with the Warriors. The next few years, it's going to be exciting to watch him play the next few years for Lebanon. And he seems like he's getting better. He's getting more comfortable with the varsity game. The more comfortable he gets, the better the Warriors will be, because he's going to have the ball a lot in the next few years. And he has good dribbling, good passing, and the shot's getting better. So kudos to Isaac Johnson for being a leader out there, and hopefully Warriors can he can lead the Warriors to a win on Friday night.
C.J. Hargis is really the point man for the Warriors this year, but I think Isaac's been at point several times, a little more minutes in the last few games. Good ball handling capability. So he is our Research Mannequins Player of the Game. Unfortunately, final score tonight, 86-60 South winning it. We'll see you Friday night at 1580 KGAL at 7 o'clock against Woodburn. One more time from South Albany High School. The Rebels look good, very nice. They handle the ball well. And Nate Neuschwander's style of upbeat basketball worked very well for them tonight. South 86, Warriors 60.
Thanks for listening to today's broadcast of Lebanon High School sports on the unforgettable 920 KSHO. Warriors basketball has been brought to you by Economy Supply Building Center, Mama's Fine Italian, City and Suburban Electric, Lassen RV, Doug Phillips of Edward Jones, Power Honda, Ixtapa Mexican Restaurant, Linco Federal Credit Union, Burgerville, Crabtree Automotive, Walmart, Lynn Lanes, Willamette Community Bank, Les Schwab Tires of Lebanon, Bing's Kitchen, Like New Appliance, Lynn Benton Tractor, Wilson Motors, and by Kanega Tire Factory. Listen throughout the season on Sister Station 1580 KGAL for more exciting Warriors basketball action. This broadcast is exclusive property of Eads Broadcasting, the unforgettable 920 KSHO, and Radio Scout Productions. U.S. copyright law protects this broadcast. Duplication or rebroadcast of any portion of this program is strictly prohibited without prior written consent. We now join our regular programming.
You found us. Now tell your friends. America's best music is on the show, AM 920 KSHO.